Blow your candles out.
Alright, so today working on fascia. Fascia is that piece out there on the front. Let's see if I can point to it right there, that covers up that ugly wood and it holds all the soffit in place. So all it really is a piece of aluminum bent into the shape of an L, and it catches the bottom side of the soffit and it slides behind the drip edge, and so it just uses these little nails to hold it up in there. Those nails go up through the soffit and into this 2x4, and that's what holds that up there, and it just finishes out nice. It has these little ribs in it, and that's just to keep it from, if it was flat, sometimes when you look down at it, it gets all wavy looking. So those ribs are just to help take some of that out. So that's what we're working on today. So this fascia comes in pieces that are, well, it's about 3/4 of an inch wide this way, but it comes where it's 6 inches or 8 inches or 10 inches. You can get it in different sizes depending on what your fascia is, but our fascia is a 2x4. So yesterday my boys were here and they got to take the shears and cut all these down. So here's the leftover pieces so that it can slide up in there. Alright, so when we think about joining two pieces of this together when it's on the house, if we just bring it and butt it together, there's still a chance that you might, you're not going to get it perfect. You're going to see wood through there. So then the other option is, well, you could cover it, overlap it, but this stuff has a hem folded over on the back side, which makes it a little bit thick. So when you overlap, you end up with this big bulge. So the solution for that is that we cut this little notch out of the bottom here. So now we have this one, and this one goes over it. You can bring the bottom of them together, and when they're nailed on there, they line up pretty good. But then you're overlapped here, so you don't end up being able to see anything, and you don't allow bugs or anything to get in there. So that's how we transition those. And then we have the same issue when we come to a corner, where if we just bring the corners together, again, it's not going to line up perfectly. You're going to have openings for things to get in there. So I'll show you how we fix that. So on the corners, we just cut the bottom out and then fold the corner around, and then the next piece that comes over, will just come right to the end of this corner, and I'll cut a 45 on the bottom of it, which will give it a nice mitered edge, and I'll show you that when I get that done. Alright, so here's what that finished corner looks like. Alright, so ready to put a door in. So I'll show you quickly how that works. I'm not going to go into super great detail, but basically if we think about what we've done with the windows and what we've done with the roof, obviously the goal is to keep water out. So one thing we want to do is make sure we have a sealant across our bottom plate here. I have actually smeared some caulking on there. This is Advantech plate that I use, which actually has a waterproof glue in it, and it stands up really well against moisture, but I just put an extra little layer of protection over that, smeared it on there, just especially on that cut edge. The next thing I'm going to do is take and put beads of caulking across here, and when then the door, the sill of the door will actually set in there, and then a bead of caulking in each corner, which will hopefully keep water from getting in there. And then we set the door in, we'll nail it in place and make sure it's plumb, and then I'll show you what we do on the inside. So let me get started on this. So this is the first step. You can see I started down here, put this nail in, and then plumbed up this side, put a nail in, because that's the hinge side. You want that to be perfectly plumb so that the door swings properly. And then these new construction doors have this little thing in here that locks them in place. And then you can open the door up, and in we go. And so in here on the inside, we still have a gap between our stud and our door frame there. So what we do there is we'll put shims in there and screw through this with the door open. Let me open that back up. Sometimes they leave screws out of the hinges, and they provide longer screws, so you just screw through the hinge into that stud, and that's how you make sure your door is perfectly plumb up and down. And you put shims in there and behind there to make sure that thing is perfect. Gives you a good consistent opening all the way around. And then I'm not going to do it right now, but we'll do the same thing on this side. So that's how we adjust for our latch, to make sure everything's lined up, make sure our gap is set good. Right now we're a little tight on this side, but we'll get that all fixed as we get this thing finished in. But that's probably going to be a little while before I'm ready to do that. I don't have the door handles and stuff yet, so I'll wait till I have those to get all this finished up. For now, I just wanted to get them in here. Okay, so here's what I'm doing. Our siding that we're putting on here is 4x8 sheets, and our wall is almost 9 feet. So in order to make this work, we're going to do kind of a band around the bottom here, and I don't really know how to explain it right now. You just have to see it when it's done. But so what I did is I measured down from the soffit 97 inches, and then I marked it and made a chalk line, and then I cut these strips at 11 inches, which is just from that line down to the foundation. And then what that'll do is when I get ready to put those sheets up, it gives me an inch of wiggle room at the top, which we'll cover with trim. But I wanted a little bit, just because there may be things on this house that are not perfectly level, and I want to be able to level these sheets as I go. And then all the joints will be covered with trim pieces. So yeah, anyway, so it'll also give me a ledge to set the sheets on while I'm trying to lift these 4x8 sheets. Sometimes they're awkward to get into place. And Alright, so as you can see, I cut it just to where it fits around this J-channel that's built into the window. And then later on, after we get all the siding on, I'll come back with strips of the siding. This will be ripped into 2 or 3 inch pieces, and then it will actually slide in behind there and close off that gap. Well, I don't know about you, but I think that house looks amazing. I can't wait to get it all finished up, get those dormers closed in, get all the trim work on here, and see what this house is going to look like. We're about ready to start moving to the inside and making changes in there. So that's it for this week. As I record this, tomorrow is Independence Day. I'm going to try to get this uploaded on Friday morning. So enjoy your Independence Day. Happy Independence Day. And be safe and enjoy your family. And I'll see you next time.